Welcome to Work the Left Side. True Grit have a show this weekend. It is on a Sunday. It's the first Sunday show. It is on the 8th of March. Doors open at 2. Show kicks off at 3. So we are, of course, going to be doing an episode to look at the matches. So that means I am joined by the one, the only, the awesomeness. That is Dan from Dan's Cans. If you go to York, buddy, you good?
Yeah, cracking, mate. It's good to be back doing one of these. It's been a little while. Obviously, we didn't want to do anything that would spoil any tapings or whatever from the last True Grit show. Just means it's all the more special when we get together and talk about Redemption coming up. How are you doing?
That's it. Mate, I'm 5x5. Too blessed to be stressed. So, yeah, it feels weird not doing these every month now. It's like every 2 months. It's like but, yeah, as you sort of say, obviously, we're not going to do anything to ruin the tapings and I'll just have to live vicariously through you guys anyway, because I don't have Triller, I don't watch the TV episodes. So I haven't been to the last 2 York shows. So yeah, it would all be kind of like just me sat here being like, ooh.
So what do you want first? Because we've actually got a bit of ground to cover, haven't we? Are we going to go in chronological show order?
Yes.
Yep.
Let's talk about Blackheart first before we get to True Grits. Let's talk Blackheart. You know, you popped your Guiseley Theatre cherry yesterday. You went over to see what the boys at BHW are doing. And, mate, yeah, obviously, 5 are in. And we talked about this before I hit record kind of thing. They announced 2 matches. So I know 2 matches that were on the card. But that's the thing with Blackheart. You know, they can get away with, they don't have to advertise everything. They've got that fan base. The tickets go on sale. The tickets generally sell out. Jobs are good and kind of thing. But how did you find it?
Yeah, well, I've been meaning to get to Blackheart for a long time. Obviously, I did the award show with Henry Winter and yourself back in, was that December or January time? Whenever it was. So it was a pleasure to speak to him. Got to meet Henry personally after he'd been on the card as well. So, yeah, rocked down to Guiseley Theatre. Very, very impressive. It's, in many ways, it's kind of like a mini True Grit. Because you've got a lovely venue. The Guiseley Theatre, it's a small theatre, but I think there was about 120, 140 people crammed in. So real close, real impressive venue. And honestly, the quality of matches they put on for a fiver was incredible. Over like the decade or so I've been going to British wrestling shows, I've seen a lot worse shows for a lot more money. On some promotions, but just absolute quality top to bottom. Really enjoyed it. Was with Paul, who can't be with us tonight because he's at work. Paul and the family were there. Obviously, massive Gung-Ho Muttley fans. All of us. Gung-Ho was in the main event. But I'll just a quick rundown of sort of stuff that was on there. Opening match was Joe Sedgwick versus Seb Mercer. So I've seen Seb wrestle a few times. Big fan of Seb. Really nice bloke, and I know the Sedgwicks by reputation through people like yourself, wrestling Jeebus and Nikki over at UKW. I think the Sedgwick boys have been over there quite a bit. I understand the hype now, to be honest. Yeah. There's nothing like seeing a wrestler live for the first time. Yeah, this opening match, absolute banger, as you'd expect. Yeah, knocked out the park. Seb, I think it's... I can't remember if it's the first or second time I've seen Seb face, but yeah, always love to see him. Really good show as always. There was a bit of a sort of card reshuffle because we spoke about off air. There was supposed to be a 4-way for the Unleashed title. That became a triple threat. George Hunter sadly couldn't make it, and Billy O'Keefe, I think, was supposed to have them, or has a main event title shot. Was supposed to have a Blackheart title shot. But that was given over by Sean Only to Sammy Blue instead. So a nice little bit of story going on there as well. Yep. We had somebody I've not seen in ages actually wrestling on the show, Dan James. The armbar superstar. Yeah. He was taking on a fella called Andrew Jepson, and I had to laugh because obviously when you go to Blackhearts, you get your assigned seat. And I was in mine. There was nobody had the seat next to me. And next to me was a woman with a young son, who was coming to wrestling for the first time. But I think it was her parents had 2 seats elsewhere. Now, those 2 seats just happened to be behind Paul and Becky and the family. So I said, well, why don't you guys have my seat and I'll go back there, because it was like second row.
Yeah.
Better view for grandparents and for young'un. But before the show started, one of the wrestlers was rocking around in his ring gear, doing whatever needed to be done. And this woman turns to me and said, "Oh my God, that's one of the dads of the kids that I teach." She said, "I've got parents' evening in 2 weeks."
Oh, so
she's gonna have to sit across from this bloke and be like, "I've seen you in spandex."
Also, you in your underwear.
Yeah, oh no, thankfully it was like a singlet and long, long trousers and whatnot. So, but yeah, anyway, getting off topic, but yeah, again, great to see Dan James. One thing that came across in this match was every time Jepson slammed Dan James, you could feel it in the floor.
Yep.
Which just like, it was like, oh shit, I'm back in low-mo for Planet and thinking he's going to go through and end up in the bar. Yeah, that was good. Henry Winter was on the card, as I said, absolutely destroyed the youngster Chris Mason.
If he dies, he dies.
Oh, I think he nearly did. But Chris is another name I've seen around, thanks to yourself, and because again, I think UK, because of Blackheart and UKW and whatnot.
Yeah.
Lad looks like he's got a bright future. Never easy at that age and with such a size discrepancy. Because Henry Winter's a big boy. But yeah, he got mullered, but he did pick up the win because Henry was disqualified.
Okay. So he got a W by any means necessary.
Yeah, he did. He got it. I'm just looking through it. A couple of names escape me, so I'm having to.
Well, I'm going to shout out one of the names. Might probably be your first. It was in that Unleashed title. Obviously, it was Tropical Joe, the other Sedgwick, Brett Sedgwick, and Cliff Harrison.
Yes, Cliff Harrison. Yeah, so he come out with Joe Sedgwick at the start of the show, and yeah, he was in that what became a triple threat. I must admit, I didn't see too much of this match because at that point, Paul and Becky's youngest was I was on Uncle Dan duties because she was having a bit of a to-do with herself, but she seemed to be fine when she was sat with me. So, you do what you got to do, don't you?
You've got that aura, mate. You've just got that sort of, aura about you. Just like,
that chill. Okay, time to chill the fuck out.
Well, Uncle Dad, right? I'm calm. Right, we chill.
No, I won't like that at all. I'm not that scared.
But yeah, Cliff Harrison. Sorry, dude. I mentioned Cliff, dude. Oh, I'd say if you did see any of it, he's somebody as well who I think very, very highly of. I think Cliff's awesome. I see him most Fridays at UKW. I can't say enough good things about him.
Yeah. Oh no, I get that as well. And both the other two in that match as well look really solid. I know Brett Sedgwick's only a young lad, so he's got a massively high ceiling. But there was a title change. And new Unleashed champion, Tropical Joe.
Tropical Joe. I've seen it on the Insta when he's got his little suitcase with the belt on top. Be like, how do I get this? How do I get this through the airport? Oh.
Well, wrestlers manage it all the time, so
exactly.
I didn't catch his opponent's name, but one nice surprise was a Mega Calibre sighting. All too rare nowadays. Again, didn't catch his opponent's name, but Mega Calibre picked up a win, which is I'm always happy to see. What else was? Oh yeah, that was. Hang on, who was on it? That was it. We had a tag team match just before the main event. Sean Only and J-Ro Lewis against Ian Creed and Remus Crane.
Okay, Remus is back. Yeah, we like Remus.
Yeah. Creed and Crane. It was fun. It was just a lot of fun. I get from this is the first time I've seen him. I don't know much about the storylines, whatever, but I get the feeling that J-Ro's a bit of the bitch of the group.
Well, he's just a gobshite.
He was very much being treated as sort of the apprentice. It felt like, where Sean was like, "No, you watch and learn."
I think that's just Sean taking the mentoring role kind of thing. It would have been with obviously you've got the Sean's boys like Billy, Sammy, and J-Ro kind of thing. So I think it's very much any of those three. If they're in there with Sean, it's very much like watch and learn kind of thing. Sean takes that mentor role. Yeah,
but it just felt like with Sammy getting the title shot and J-Ro kind of been overlooked, if you like. And
Yeah. Maybe it was. Like I said, I wasn't there. I was just,
yeah,
it might be
it's just my first viewing as well. So take it with a pinch of salt if you've been there before. I'm talking utter shit. Yeah, again, good fun match. You know what you're going to get with all four of those guys. I'd say that was my first time seeing Remus, but again, really solid and fun team with Ian Creed. And you know what you're getting from Sean Only and Jiro. So yeah, really good stuff. And then the main event just felt all kinds of weird because I was cheering for Gung Ho, but I was booing Sammy.
Yeah, it's kind of
it felt like a sort of a Twilight Zone moment where I was just like, it feels wrong, universe. It feels wrong, but it also feels kind of right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
because obviously it's not supersonic in Blackheart. He's the super brat, Sammy Blue. So yeah, automatically dislikable kind of persona kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just great from both lads to see the switch flip.
Yeah,
and it's a prime example
that they can do it as well.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, great to see. And Gung Ho is so over. You know, Paul and Becky's kids had the wigs and the lacrosse sticks and all that, and just look boss. But everyone in there was just so behind Gung Ho. And Sammy played his part so well. I'm a big fan of those two, and I'm really happy that they're now both True Grit regulars. They've earned it. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's great to see them both on there. And yeah, it went all over the theatre. Did this one, and Gung Ho picked up the win, so everybody left happy.
Gung Ho, Gung Ho.
I already had to explain at work why I was chanting
that. Obviously, yes, that is it. That is Blackheart. You've experienced it now. If and when it's doable, you know, obviously, I'm going to presume it's not your last trip over there. You will go back in the future when you can, kind of thing.
Absolutely, yeah. It's marked now. If there's a first Sunday of the month and I'm available, I'm going. That's it. It's over to Guiseley. It'd be if I'm driving, if I'm on train, whatever. Yeah, I'll be there because it's going to be great on like when it gets into the summer. Just get train over there. Maybe a couple of beers in the afternoon.
Ooh, yeah. Eventually, yeah, because it's not like 4 o'clock, so it's good timing, isn't it? Yeah, you can go get there for about 2ish, couple of drinks, get there for 4. Jobs are good.
Providing you trust the Sunday trains.
Yes, but yeah, ultimately, I'm so happy about that. That just legitimately makes me happy and it makes me smile. Because again, you know, nothing but love for Blackheart. So all the support they get, all the love they get, just recharges my soul. But that was then. This is now. Sunday is then. I'll tell you, I lost track of what I was doing, but yeah. So we've got True Grit coming up. But instead of looking backwards, let's look forwards. That's the point I was trying to make. So I've got.
We have to kind of look backwards a little bit, just to fill in on goings on, don't we?
Yes. Otherwise, we'll never learn from our mistakes. But the True Grit Sunday. So yeah, Blackheart, awesome, amazing, great show. Like I say, I hope you enjoyed it. But now it's time to. I never thought I'd say this, but I've kind of got to say I'm putting this on you, right? I'm hyped about 2 matches this Sunday.
Okay.
And I need you to hype me for the rest now. Because I like I say, I haven't been to the York shows. I don't watch the episodic stuff. So I'm feeling very much out of the mix. I'm kind of not there. I'm not invested in it as much as I usually am. So I'm kind of like, right, come on. Obviously, the title. Let's go. So obviously, we'll talk about this match first because I think it was the first one they announced. This is the match. I am so emotional. This makes up for everything else, to be fair. Just this match alone, I'm 1,000% emotionally invested in this match. It is Adam Bolt versus Tony Wright with Jackie T in a shark cage for the Pride title. This is obviously as a result of Tony winning the Rumble.
Yes, which was massive. We loved it. We loved Tony winning the Rumble. That was huge. I don't think anybody predicted it either in our little prediction league, which is always a good thing. So this came about after Adam Bolt wrestled Billy O'Keefe as well, the last York show, which is a banging match. Anybody who does have Thriller, I'd urge to get on it. If you've ever heard any of us bang on about Billy O'Keefe, you know how brilliant he is. and
Yes.
tenfold for Adam Bolt. We're big fans of both guys on this show, and Paul is as well. But he's not here to say that, so I'll do it for him. As good, if not better, than you think it would be. Adam Bolt chalked up yet another win. Shenanigans as usual. He got particularly pissed off at me, did Adam, because a couple of kids in the crowd were calling him small guy. And I may or may not have started a Tiny Adam chant.
Oh no!
And you can hear it on the playback where everybody's chanting Tiny Adam, and you can just hear Adam go, "I hate you, Dan Griffin." It was purely for the entertainment factor. Purely for the entertainment factor. I have no doubt that Adam could kick the shit out of me.
He's not tiny. It was just cold in that hole.
Not in that way. This match is going to be massive. It's Tony's fourth bite at the cherry, trying to win the title. 2 unsuccessful singles challenges and the triple threat involving Priscilla, which ended up being the lights out match, if you remember, which was awesome.
Yep.
Everybody illuminating the ring with the phone. JC's on his annual Shark Cage run after Bobby made the stipulation, because like a lot of us, Bobby's sick of Jackie T getting involved. If it's not the hairspray, it's the nightstick thing. If it's not that, it's a mini hairspray that Adam's hiding in his jacket pocket or something like that. There's always something. So Jackie's going to be in the cage, and fingers crossed we get just a really good one-on-one, and Adam and Tony absolutely tear it up. This will most likely be one of the matches of the year again, because the ladder match was as well. Yeah, it's good. It's going to be a Honda Odyssey match.
I'm going to go out on the record and say this should be the main event for me. This should be, let these two guys main event a show that's not other than just a Pride show. This is, and the name of the show as well, this is Tony's redemption. This is his chance to get that belt. And if he does, that's his redemption. That's the name of the show. Give them the main event.
I can't argue against it. I would absolutely love that. The Pride title main event in the show. I'm trying to think. There's a famous it's Bulldog 92. Yeah, SummerSlam 92. IC title main eventing. It'd just be perfect. Like you say, it's got the redemption arc there. As big as the heavyweight title match is, there's so much more story behind. Well, actually, no, is there? Because there's a hell of a lot of story. But so I'm talking shit. I'm talking absolute shit. I'm going to backtrack on that immediately. But as far as the redemption angle goes,
there's a story. The story has been going longer. Like I said, the first match was the lights out one, so that was over. That was like a year and a half ago now. So that was like November 24 or something. Something
like that. He says, consulting the spreadsheet.
I want to say sort of.
No, it was. I think it was January, because it was January 25 because Adam won it in November 24.
That's it. That was the first defense won it. So but it's still over a year. That would be 14 months ago. Yeah. So
here's the great thing. Here's the great thing with the title match, with the Pride title match and the heavyweight title match. Both of them have at least a year's worth of story in it.
Because Brady's involved, and Kemper, because Brady and Kemper are both in there.
Brady, Kemper, Riley were intertwined for so much of last year, that just hit the socials about an hour before we recorded as well. Obviously, it was announced on the latest True Grit TV, but Adam Bolt, Tony Wright. The big question: we're going to love it. It's going to be incredible. Both men are the very top of British wrestling, but the big question is, who's going to win?
Tony, it's got to be. I hate to do it. It feels weird. It feels weird predicting anyone other than Adam now after so long. But I've said, it's the redemption. It's the name of the show. Yeah. And for me as well, that is the go home happy moment. That is, you send the fans home happy on the back of that match with Tony just standing there holding the belt up, kind of thing. Obviously, they're freeing Adam to go after the main title. Just to put that out there. But Tony wins this for me. we're the big winners. But yeah, Tony gets the belt.
Yeah, you're spot on. Whoever wins, we win.
We win.
We're good. Yeah, the fans win. It's one of those. There is no wrong answer to this. If Tony wins, it's a culmination of a great story, and you're right. He's got his redemption. If Adam wins, we get to carry on hating him. To be quite frank, but yeah, I'm gonna go Tony Wright. I'm gonna go Tony as well because Tony's he's the heart's pick as well as the sensible pick. I'm completely going against something I said to Adam after last York show, to be fair, because we're having a bit of a back and forth after the show. And I was like, I might talk shit, but I always pick you to win. Well, not this time, mate, unfortunately. So that's 2 for Tony Wright.
Can I just shout out as well? Sorry, mate. I meant to put this into your introduction when I was introducing you, kind of thing. You know, the man behind the words, the lyrical master on the True Grit website. Obviously, yeah, Dan Griffin. Clocked your most recent piece when True Grit shared it. You know, you're looking back at 25, you Wrestler of the Year, you Tag Team of the Year, that kind of sort of stuff. And obviously, yeah, Mr. Adam Bolt was your True Grit Wrestler of the Year for 2025.
It was, and well, if you want my reasoning, folks, go and read the article. It's on the website.
Exactly. Yes.
Adam was the only wrestler to come out of it undefeated. Over a year as champion, only wrestler to keep hold of his title, go undefeated, was on the most shows of anybody.
Yep.
He is a pillar, if not one of the main pillars of True Grit.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
I know I've picked Tony Wright to win this match, but Adam Bolt will carry on being a pillar of True Grit. Like you said, the next stop after that is to go after the title. And if what I think is going to happen in the main event happens, then we're in for a fucking treat.
Oh, again, see, that's the thing. I'm going into this. I've got not a Scooby of the build, what's been going backwards and forwards. That's, you know, I can't predict. I'll predict based on just who I like and who I don't like. My guesses are now not educated, so they are literally just fun.
So we'll go to. I'll just quickly give you a rundown of one of the matches that happened on True Grit TV. It was on the first episode as well. On the same episode as Billy O'Keefe, Adam Bolt, we got Franco Fate versus Brady Phillips.
Yeah, with that clothesline.
That sounded like a fucking gunshot.
Yeah.
These two beat the ever-loving piss out of each other. And I mean that in its sincerest form. It was big meaty men slapping meat. Just high impact violence. And it was glorious. Brady ended up getting the win over Franco, but I tell you what, even in defeat, it felt like a big breakout for Franco in True Grit. Obviously, we know what he's capable of, from everything from traditional wrestling through to the ultra-violent stuff we saw at North. I would love to see more of Franco Solo in True Grit. He will have some bangers, and he could easily be thrust into the main event. Absolutely. So yeah, great. Again, you're going to hear this a lot. Great match. And that led to the making of the main event, which we'll come to later on. We had Alexis Falcon versus Maddie Morgan. Great to see Maddie Morgan debut, one of the hottest prospects and biggest up-and-coming talents in British wrestling. Clear-cut babyface, one of the best heels going. You can see where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Again, fantastic match. A bit like you and Ian were saying on the North wrap-up. You could pick any match you wanted as your match of the night from Awakening, which then became True Grit TV and the Road to Redemption, and I wouldn't argue with it. It was that good a show, as it usually is at York and anywhere for True Grit, really. I think this is the same weekend as Pro Wrestling Eve are putting on their massive show. I think it's in the O2. I can't remember. It's a huge arena in London, and Eva running there. So unfortunately, there's no women's title match at Redemption. which is a shame. But I think that's because Alexis Falcon is down there instead, and more power to her because it's a massive show.
Lana will be there, Holly will be there, Alexis will be there. Yeah, numerous.
Rio's main event in defending a title against Session Moth Martina. They've got talent coming over from Japan, from AEW. Yeah, just massive show. So, but that's for another day. So this will bring us this will segue nicely into another match because we had the Tea Party match between Gung Ho Muttley and Ernest Boggs.
Yeah.
This was as batshit mental as you would expect. It was up there with the Lego death match. At one point, Gung Ho used a cake tin, where you can slide the sides off.
Yeah.
So it's just the base left. Smashed one of them over Ernest's head. He ended up wearing the cake tin as a collar. It was Gung Ho ended up with getting caked in the face twice. There was tea bags galore. There was little afternoon tea set up around the room and everywhere. Table in the ring. Scott Bell, rather than his usual rag or cloth or whatever, had a red and white check tea towel hanging out of his back pocket.
just a little touches, man.
Yeah, just so much fun and another notch on Gung Ho's belt for some of the moments of the year, along with that Lego match. Gung Ho shockingly ended up losing after Ernest put him through a table, but it was a victory for Yorkshire Tea. After Gung Ho had brought out a thing of PG tips, the bastard. Yeah. And this is where we get into a bit of a mystery zone because Gung Ho Muttley was booked against Big T. Big T now sadly can't make the show. We don't know Gung Ho's opponent yet. So obviously wish all the very best for Big T. We don't know if it was injury or whatever's going on. Hope he's okay. Always love seeing T on a card. And Big T versus Gung Ho Muttley, was going to be just absolute gold. Because, we saw Big T versus Ian Skinner last year, didn't we? And that was incredible. So we have to pick between Gung Ho and his mystery opponent. I'm going to go out on a limb and say the mystery opponent.
Yeah, the mystery opponent will win, whoever it is. It could be Dee, and they would still win.
Yeah, actually, that'd be brilliant.
Yeah,
I would love to see. I would love to see Alfie answer the open challenge and just be like, "Oh no, it's actually Dee."
Mate, after we talked about True Grit, I'd quickly need to talk about something else as well before I let you go. To do with, and you'll see why that reminded me. But yeah, whoever the mystery opponent is, but yeah, Alfie and Dee would be boss. But whoever it's going to be, I'm sure it'll be awesome. And Muttley will just entertain as Muttley does. We'll get the chalkboards. We'll get another mark in the lost column. Hopefully, we get one in the W, but I can't see it. So yeah,
like I said, I want this to be like when Kurt Hawkins ended up on a 200 match losing streak. Because eventually people, myself included, will want Gung Ho to win a match just naturally. It's going to come around because you can only lose so long, and when he does so in such an entertaining fashion, you start going, but I actually want him to win. They did it with WWE, did it with MVP back in the day as well. So yeah, it's too early yet. There's a lot more stuff for Gung Ho to do. He can come close in some matches, and so I think it's going to be whoever the mystery opponent is. I'm not even going to start speculating who, because who knows who JC is going to pull out of the hat.
But after that, we're talking to Gung Ho leads us into Sammy Blue versus HT Drake.
Yeah, I was about to make the very same segue, mate. So we're on the same wavelength because we can't talk Gung Ho without Sammy. But even in True Grit, Blackheart, wherever, they seem intertwined. But yeah, HT Drake back in True Grit. Sammy Blue, I think, for the first time this year. Oh no, he had the match with Adam Bolt, the Rumble. I'm talking shit again. Whoops. It's getting late. What do you want from me? Sammy Blue, HT Drake, another massive test for Sammy Blue, is coming up against yet another one of the best in Britain. In HT Drake, Drake's big return, singles return, because he was obviously in the Rumble.
Yeah.
It's going to be a banger. We know it is, because both men are quality. I just can't decide which way it's going to go. I don't know about you. If you've got a feeling, I'm almost leaning towards a breakout victory for Sammy Blue.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, but Drake seems to be picking up a lot of L's. So I think he's due a win at some point. And I don't think it'd hurt Sammy to lose to Drake, but it would be huge if Sammy beat Drake, kind of thing. But yeah, I'm going to go for the Doc himself, old Howard. But yeah, I think again, he's one of those guys. There's no harm. There's no shame in losing to him. Sammy will look amazing, even in defeat. If he loses, visually, mate, it's going to be amazing because HT Drake is wiry. That dude is strong beyond his size. We've seen him pick two people up. We've seen him throw people around twice his size. What kind of carnage is he going to do with Sammy?
And Drake can literally do everything. I've seen him pull out lucha stuff in North as well. A couple of years back at Thunderstruck, he ended up doing like a double springboard moonsault and stuff like that. I'm like, where the fuck did Drake pull that from? And it just, so I'm leaning more to I'm kind of hoping for Sammy, but expecting Drake, if that makes sense. So I think we'll go 3 for 3 on this one. Also, I'm kind of doing that smarky thing where I'm looking at it, just going, well, where do I see a heel winning? You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I know there's always got to be a bit of a balance to these things. And there's some matches coming up where I'm just like, how's this going to pan out? Yeah. Well, actually, that Sammy Blue and HG Drake, that can bring us onto our sponsor match, which is by Paul's Wrestling Art. Where are you, Paul? Not even here to plug your own match.
Stocking. We'll do it for him.
Yeah, why not? We've got George Hunter coming back again, which is always great to see, versus the debuting Jimmy Jackson, who I've seen a couple of times over the years, but not. I can't think of if I've seen him recently. Possibly at one of the Kapow shows I went to. This is just a straight up match. There's no stipulation, no shenanigans, nothing like that. But I've just got a feeling this is going to be very fast paced, very high flying. And I can't really see beyond a win for George Hunter, if I'm honest.
I will eat my hat if George loses.
Yeah, it's no slight against Jimmy Jackson. Like I said, I've seen him before. He's a good wrestler, and he'll be a great compliment to George, and George will be a great compliment to him. I can see it being an absolute banger. But it feels like George is very much on the up in True Grit, and I can't wait to see that continue. One thing from Blackheart as well. Sorry, just to go back to that, because in my mind it's gone George Hunter, Evan Bishop. Evan Bishop was at Blackheart. He's announced that he's going to be ready for the next Blackheart show.
Yes. Awesome. Yeah. We're missing Evan. Evan's boss. Yeah, again, another reason to go to Blackheart. When Evan's there, always delivers. And it'd be amazing to see him back, kind of thing. Whether he's working face or heel, he'll
good for True Grit. Good for True Grit as well. Because
fingers crossed, hopefully.
Well, as I said last year, George Hunter and Evan Bishop absolutely blew me away. So I absolutely either want to see a rematch of that or see them both go on to wrestle other people and do bigger and better things. So yeah, that's it. I mean, hopefully, obviously, that's one of the good things about the sponsored matches is that gives people a chance to shine or can make that impression. Hopefully, Evan, like you sort of said, he should have done. That was one of my favourite matches of last year, kind of thing. George versus Evan at True Grit. So fingers crossed, he does come back without having to be sponsored, kind of thing. Hopefully, he does get brought into the roster and used on a regular basis. Yeah, but it was good to see him. I got to say hello briefly. He's looking fit. He's looking well. He's looking out. He looks to, even in a relatively short time he's been out from a fan's perspective, looks to have put on a bit of size. Yeah. So yeah, more power to him. But we're getting off topic a little bit because that's what we do. Both gone for George Hunter. Like I say, I can't hype this one up too much because it's a sponsored match. It seemingly come a little bit out of nowhere. Well, if you call Paul's brain nowhere, he's put that together. But yeah, going to be a banger, I think, and can't wait. So the big question is, which one of the tag matches do we do next?
We'll talk about the Sash, the non-title one, basically. Yeah. So Sash and Joey versus Wes and a mystery opponent. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say there's a lady on the show poster that I don't know who that is. I'm going to presume that's going to be Wes's partner. So why there's question marks, I don't know. I would guess that's who that's going to be.
You'd think so. I don't know who she is either. I don't know if she's on Gladiators or something like that. But to give you a bit of background, at Awakening, which then became True Grit TV, Wes faced Riley Nova in the main event. The challenge was laid down to Wes prior to that he can have a tag match against Sash and Joey Slade. Whoever gets pinned must retire. That's the stipulation. And Wes is only allowed to have a partner who's never been in True Grit before and never wrestled. So Wes is coming in with a novice partner against Sash and Joey, and whoever gets pinned has to retire. It's big stipulation. It's obviously the next phase of this Regime versus Rebel storyline. I have a gut feeling that Wes and his partner are going to win, and Wes is going to pin Sash.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know why, but that's in my head. Yeah, I think, like I say, gut feeling. So I'm sticking my colours to the mast. You might not like to hear that for one of your Knots boys, but
nope, not having it. I'm going to say whoever this mystery question mark, maybe the lady on the poster who hasn't been announced for anything else, I'm going to presume is Wes's partner. First time in True Grit, gets pinned, retires. Don't see him again.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. I might be letting my heart rule my head.
Well, I mean, obviously, I'm saying that because obviously I don't want to think of a True Grit without Sash or Joey kind of thing. That's.
But it'd be so much more chill.
Nah. Sash should still be there. It'll be retired from in ring. Actually, he could still come out as manager or to help Joey just because he's retired.
It could be like it could be the Ted DiBiase of the Regime.
Exactly.
Walking around pretending he's got money.
Yeah. Hey, he has got money. Have you not seen his holiday? Dude's always away. He's smart, man. He's smart. He's invested in settees all over the world.
His AI backdrops that turn Whitby into somewhere much nicer, and JC paying for a substandard caravan.
Wow. I don't think that, or Sash, that was Dan's words. I believe you, mate. I think you just, jet setting, limo riding, just bosh. Job's a good one. I didn't want to finish that sentence. I want to sort of copyright infringement, but yeah.
Oh man, no, he revealed his true colours when we were talking about watches. But anyway, that's a story for another day.
Shocking. Is he a Ciega boy, not a Tagger boy, or a Bretlin, or a Casio? Does he have a Casio, not a Bretlin?
No, he's got a Casio, but it's got to have the calculator on it.
Yeah, he's got that much money. He just constantly needs to know how those shares are doing. He needs a calculator on hand all the time.
I can't remember what he said, but it wasn't Rolex, so I was kind of like, well, fuck all then, don't you? Next tag match. This was made at the Rumble as well.
I know this one. I'm invested for this one because I saw this one get made. I know the story behind this one, so I'm like, yes.
Misery Business defending the tag titles against Nashboat. Nashboat looking to become 2-time champions. Misery Business looking to keep hold of the titles. Cut the first ever 2-time True Grit tag team champions. Say that 10 times fast. These guys know each other very well, all of them. It's going to be a bloody good match. I genuinely don't know which way this is going to go. I think it's going to be a bad night for the Regime. I don't know. I want to say Nashboat, but I don't know how much that's like personal feeling coming into play, because I love both teams, but Nashboat and Nashboat, and it would just be great to see JC so pissed off, to be quite honest. But looking at this, they've not Misery Business haven't had the titles for that long.
No.
So it's just like which way is it gonna go?
That's it. I'm going to back. We'll disagree on this one. I'm going to say Misery Business just because I can't not back. I got told off because I didn't pick Misery Business in the ladder match. So Alan had a little dig. So, oh, you didn't pick us to win, did you? I was like, no, sorry. So I'm going to pick him this time. So Mr. Alan Kay, the miserable man, I'm going to back Misery Business all the way on this one. To the moon, Misery Business.
Fair enough. I'm going to disagree again. I'm going to go Nashboat. I think it's like I say. I think it's going to be a bad night for the regime, and my pick in the main event will cement that. I think this is, if not the end of the regime, I don't know. I've felt for a while like this is coming to a head now, with the regime and things potentially starting to fall apart. So, and I think what better way to do that than have two of the rebels hold the tag team titles. So that's my reasoning. And
it makes sense.
Even if I'm wrong, I'm still happy because Misery Business are brilliant.
Exactly. So again, we win.
Yeah, exactly. Main event time. So back to Awakening. Brady beat Franco.
Yep. Kemper beat Brad. Did it?
Kemper brutalized Brad Matthews again. And we had a bit of a promo from Kemper as well. Brady had a bit of a gob after the match because he wants his title back. Kemper was then saying, "Oh, so what? I'm supposed to be best mates with Brady Phillips now, or because he's not in the regime anymore after he caused so much shit over the last year for me." That's a load of bollocks. Kemper wants his title back. He got screwed out of his rematch. So what's going on? At the end of the show, after Wesley and Serico beat Riley Nova by DQ in a match where, in order to get a title match, Riley Nova picked the referee, ended up being Sash. And then there was all sorts of shenanigans. Sash got taken out. Lee came down as the alternate ref. Didn't even make it to the ring before Scott Bell rocked up and punched him. And then ultimately was interrupted by Franco and Brad. Another DQ win, but Riley keeps the title. After the match, Bobby makes it all too real for Riley, saying that he's going to defend it in a triple threat against the two former champions, and one of them being the guy he screwed over to become the head boy in the regime. So there's a lot of business between the three. Obviously, the apprentice to champion and the betrayal storyline between Riley and Brady. Kemper and Brady, I referred to it in my article that you mentioned before. They were like joined at the hip for most of 2025 in one way or another, fighting each other, hating each other. And Riley was part of that, helping screw Kemper over. These three fucking hate each other. And this is another one where I can make a case for any of them. But here's what's in my brain. This could just be fantasy booking. Tell me if I'm off base or if this sounds completely stupid. Brady walks out with the title, and we see another excommunication from the regime as Kemper turns.
Oh.
Just a thought. What do you reckon?
A heel Kemper. I think.
And a face Brady as champion.
Yeah. I've been thinking, I kind of planted the seeds. I said it a while ago. I want Kemper to turn heel in True Grit because I want Kemper versus Billy O'Keefe at some point. That heel face dynamic kind of thing. So yeah, I'm all for a Kemper heel turn. I think even he'll turn heel because he's lost and he's just snapped. And he's just pissed. Something happens and he's just fed up, and we get a heel Kemper. So you're backing Brady to win, walk out as champ. And so is Kemper joining the regime as part of this heel turn, or is he just turning heel?
Well, he could do. I think that might be a bit further down the line as a bit of a last resort. Because Riley would stick as the golden boy at least for a little bit. That'd be true to form. He'd have to get a rematch. But, maybe Brady. I think Brady pins Riley. Kemper's left out in the cold again, frustrated.
So that's
And then down low we've just got this pissed off, angry Kemper,
and that's the best Kemper.
Just tearing through again. Yeah. So I'm nailing my colours to the mast. Brady Phillips for the win. What about yourself?
I really want to say Riley retains, and that's why Tony and Adam, should be main event kind of thing. I've not watched, like I said, any of the episodes. I've not seen the build. I've had a few people message me and talking to me about the Wes Riley match, and sort of, just talking about that kind of thing. And I want to see Riley retain, but then I also kind of want Riley to have a chance to show how good he is. And, after this, it's starting to look like a champion, starting to, go forward and just be awesome. But I'm never going to be good, Brady. I don't know, man. I'm totally on the fence with this. Like I said, I haven't seen enough of the build. I don't. My heart says Riley to retain.
It's been a bit of a theme of Riley's reign that he's somehow shithoused his way to remaining champion without solidifying his position.
Yeah,
if that makes sense. There's not been.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, because apparently, like I said,
win. So sorry, I'll just finish. I'll just finish up quickly.
Yeah.
My point. There's not been a clean win yet, so I could entirely see a world where Kemper and Brady take each other out, and Riley picks the bones and uses that to say, well, I got a pin, I got a clean pin over somebody.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And then, if we do get Riley going on a bit of a tear, actually, winning without so much regime shenanigans or whatever, then brilliant.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. I don't know. Like I said, I've got this feeling that Brady's going to win it, and we're going to start to see the regime crumble because the tag titles are on Nashboat. Brady's back as champion, but without, obviously without JC's backing. Sash, in my predictions, Sash has been pinned by Wes. Sash is retired from in-ring. So, like I said, he can come back as a benefactor or whatever. He can still be in the mix, but not directly involved in ring. So that leaves, with Sash retired, where does that leave Franco and Brad? That's all in flux. If Sash is gone, do Franco and Brad break off on their own? Do they go singles? Do they stay as a team?
Yeah.
What happens? To me, there's more stories to be told. Again, I'm getting probably a bit too far in the weeds and sounding like a knobhead, but there's more stories to be told with a fractured regime.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I get that as well. But then you kind of you want the regime to still kind of be strong because obviously, I'm again presuming, at some point the ending of all this will be Wes versus JC. That is, got to happen at some point. And that will be the final nail in the regime's coffin kind of thing, you would think. But yeah, do the regime start to fracture before that match happens, or does that match happen and then that's what causes the fracture kind of thing? So depends which way you want to go down the road, I guess. But
and then there's no right way to do it either.
No,
and any one of those routes, any route can work. It all depends how well you do it. And I've got every faith that they'll manage it brilliantly. Because True Grit just tell good stories.
Yeah, right. No, you know what? I'm sticking by my guns on this. I want Riley to retain, and then start to, just show why he was given the belt in the first place. Why he is the new, the golden boy, the chosen one. I'm not talking Jeff Jarrett. Riley Nova is the chosen one. Slap nuts. And just start having less interference, more sort of said, less shithousery, and get a few clean W's down the road. Yeah,
it'd be nice because and when you think about it, Brady always had the interference in some way, shape, or form. It was a bit more. It was a bit more subtle. There wasn't really, from what I remember, it wasn't too many DQ finishes and stuff like that. But there was still the shenanigans there. Adam Bolt's got all the shenanigans in his matches. It might just be that this is just me personally, that I'm ready for a face champion, a face fighting champion. Because we had that interlude with Kemper, we had his reign where he was taking on all comers.
Yeah.
Brady Phillips doing that would be money.
Yeah.
In my eyes. But like I say, this is a great thing. We all go down our rabbit holes and have our fantasy booking now and what we want to see and predictions and whatnot. So yeah, it's Redemption, it's True Grit, it's Left Bank. It's a Sunday afternoon, which will be.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what kind of crowd we get. If it's going to be as good as a Friday night or a Saturday night, I've no doubt it will be. I just can't wait for this. Do you know? I've got an outside pick for Gung Ho Muttley's opponent.
Go on.
This is a very outside pick because he might not still be in the UK, but there's been a certain Attitude Era legend rocking around touring the UK in the last month or so. Gangrel.
Yeah. Nah. Again, I can't sort of see them doing. They've never really done the import thing. But it's a shame because as North have shown, if done right, it can be huge kind of thing. It can be really good. It's not. It doesn't have to be a dirty thing, to book an import. North do it very well. So yeah, I mean that'd be amazing. What about Sean Only? What about Sean Only versus Gung Ho?
Yeah, love that. Sean's face now. Big challenge, another big dude just comes in, kicks Gung Ho's head off.
And he knows Gung Ho. You've got that. You've got that story there already. You've got that emotional connection.
Oh, they were in the forward together, weren't they?
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be great. Absolutely love that. But yeah, so that was just it. I just thought I'd suggest that for a giggle. I know it will be Gangrel.
Yeah.
But what if? Imagine if you hear that music.
Mate, I would lose my shit. That would be amazing. But I will still lose my shit if I hear Sean Only's music as well, because that'll be very. Nothing's been confirmed. If Sean Only randomly turns up on a show, I am going to pop. So it'll be like, yes.
Troy Ryan.
Oh. Yeah, another good shout. Very good shout. Especially the role that Troy's been on recently, kind of thing. The dude is just becoming a human wrecking ball. He's just turning up. The dude just held his own and absolutely smashed it with Billy Gunn. Going from Billy Gunn to Gung Ho Muttley. I mean, Billy Gunn's a quality guy, but it still pales in comparison to Gung Ho. So it's a step up, man. He's earned that chance against Gung Ho by going against Billy Gunn.
Yeah. I think what the wrestling world needs as well is for Billy Gunn and Gung Ho Muttley to team so they can be called Billy Gung Ho. I think we're getting off topic here. So after that rundown, after the quick rundown of the results from Awakening that went on to be True Grit TV, are you a bit more hyped for Sunday? I nearly said Saturday. Are you hyped for Sunday?
I am. I'm bringing some new faces with me as well, so I'm still doing what I do to try and put bums on seats at shows. So hopefully they'll enjoy it. They'll come along, and they'll have a blast. So yeah, it's True Grit. Even if I go into a show, it's been a long time since I've gone into a show not hyped. But even back in the day, if that was kind of treading water kind of thing, it was always a good show. I always left happy. So, it's no reflection on how I'll be when I know I'm going to leave this show. I'm going to be buzzing. I'm going to be hyped. There'll be lots to talk about, and there'll be some great action. So,
yeah, there's going to be a ton to get our teeth into come next Monday.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm absolutely ready for this now. I've been looking forward to this. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Before I let you go, the whole thing I mentioned when you thought about DD, like if you had Gung Ho versus DD, I know I sent you the video after the match. You've probably seen it on the socials now and everything like that. Obviously, we was at Pursuit on Friday, and we got to see just something very, very surreal. Mayo versus Yoshi.
Mao and Yoshihiko.
Mao, yeah, Yoshihito, that's it.
From DDT. Oh, what if it's Yoshihiko for Gung Ho Muttley?
Oh, what if it's Mao?
Oh, I love Mao. I first saw Mao at North back when they were at the Riverside way back when. and he went to do a moonsault in that old venue, like moonsault the springboard from the top to the outside, ended up absolutely smacking his feet into the wall because the wall was too low. And then I got to see him years later in Vegas last year for DDT.
Nice. But he's the reason he's at Pursuit is that him and those two are the tag team champions for BZW, Bangers Own Wrestling,
right. Yeah.
in France. That's why they were there, because obviously it was Pursuit and BZW kind of crossover. So yeah, I got to see some people I've never seen before, some amazing talent in BZW. They kind of had this Amish dude. It was just built like an absolute brick shit house. Just destroyed Ian Skinner, but he's having a little dance off in the middle as well. It's just like, yeah, man.
Yeah.
But that main event, dude, that was unreal. Liam Slater and HMD, obviously, you know, just doing what they do. And Liam Slater, just seen a totally different side to Liam Slater, just being like, you know, if you've got to have a certain level of confidence to be able to throw yourself around. No, it looks ridiculous, but just not care. But it still looks so good.
Yeah, it does. In fact, I think when I saw Yoshihiko in Vegas last year, WrestleMania weekend, I think it was Yoshihiko versus Minoru Suzuki. Murder Grandpa versus the blow-up doll.
Somebody bring the punch and repair kit, yes?
Yeah, it was just ridiculous and brilliant. Actually, another one, because I don't know if he's still in the country again, but I would love it if it was Manders, one called Manders.
Against Motley. Can you imagine Motley taking their chops?
Motley's chest and mince.
Dude, that'd be amazing.
Speculating. I think whoever it is, it's going to be brilliant.
Yes, of course it will be.
And I can't wait to find out who Wes's partner is as well. I don't know just from looking at the poster, but we'll see.
Yep. But yeah, dude, obviously we've said our piece. We have talked matches. Let people know where they can find you on the socials, as I'm sure you'll be posting about this show before it happens and afterwards as well.
Oh yeah, I'll be all over it. I'll try and keep up with my usual Instagram stuff. And if you want to follow that, Dan Griffin 21, Twitter and Instagram. On the Instagram, it's always I'm either at the wrestling or I'm at the football or I'm on holiday. On the rare occasion I get to go anywhere. So come along, chat to us on there. Yeah, just a lot of fun. And if you want to hear more of me talking about stuff, unbooking the territory at UTT Podcast is all my wrestling stuff. So head on over there. So it's we don't do that show anymore because Rob became a dad. So, you know, family first. But all the back catalogues there, go check that out. It's everything from the Monday Night Wars to mad stuff with the being the elite title and everything in between, Tank Abbott's career and all of that. So we cover the daft stuff. And finally, over on SJP World Media, the Doctor Who pod, myself and Si, watching Doctor Who. Just because I'm a Doctor Who fan, I've never seen any of the old stuff. It was an excuse for me to watch the old stuff and to rewatch the new stuff. Come along, have a chat there because we're massive fucking nerds.
Yeah. Somebody asked me the other day, was like, why don't you do a film thing, like episodes about films? So I was like, mate, don't tempt me. I could literally like work the left side at the movies or something. I'm like, ooh.
To plug a mate of mine, Andy, over on Bang Bang Podcast. Only done a couple of episodes so far, but he's one of his mini series is called the Bang Bang Film Club, which is films featuring wrestlers.
See, I thought about that a while ago about doing a little spin-off film, something like that. So yeah, obviously, go check that out because I never got around to doing it. So somebody else is doing it. Awesome, go check it out. But that's just keep your eyes peeled. I might venture back because apparently I've watched way too many films, more than your average human being should ever have watched. So I've got a few things to say about films. But yes, obviously, I'm not going to say who we are. I've started saying that and I sound really egotistical. I hate it. You don't know who we are, but obviously look on YouTube, look on the graphics. We all work the left side. Hit like, subscribe, share, comment, do all the generic stuff we ask you to do. And keep your eyes peeled. Talking of Gung Ho Muttley, he will be joining me on Wednesday. So we'll have good old chats and catch up. And I'll see if I can use his music for the intro of the episode. I'll see if I can. So thank you for watching. And remember, always work the left side. Goodbye.